Stop scrolling right now. Heaven's window is closing on your $1 million blessing. Archangel Michael is crying over you. Do you want the name of the thief? Beloved soul, stop scrolling. Do not let this moment slip past you. Heaven has intercepted your attention in this very hour, not by chance, not by accident, but by divine orchestration. The heavens have leaned down, and Archangel Michael has sounded his trumpet call in the spirit, and your spirit recognized it enough to pause. This is not entertainment. This is not noise. This is a holy interruption. Heaven is speaking, and the timing is not casual. A window is closing. A moment is passing. And this word is for one chosen vessel who has ears to hear. The urgency of eternity weighs upon this very second, and I declare to you that heaven's gazes upon you. Archangel Michael, the warrior of light, the guardian of blessings, stands watching with tears in his eyes, for he has seen how near your blessing has come, how close your inheritance has been, and how swiftly the thief has reached to snatch it away. His cry is not sorrow for defeat, but sorrow for hesitation, for the waiting, for the delays of obedience that allowed the shadows to draw near. His cry is a warning and an invitation, and only the sensitive in heart will recognize it. This word is not for everyone. Many will pass by, many will dismiss it, many will scroll with hardened hearts, deafened ears, blind eyes. But you are not among the many. You are the chosen, the one marked, the one heaven has pursued even now. There is an exclusivity to this revelation. The call is not general. It is targeted. It is aimed at your heart, at your destiny, at the covenant written with your name. But before you can receive, you must be still. Stillness is your doorway. Silence is your key. Distraction is your enemy. This moment requires reverence, because what is about to be unveiled cannot be handled in casualness or carelessness. There is a thief lurking, and the question is rising in the spirit realm. Do you want to know the name of the thief? The thief who dares to touch what heaven sealed for you. The thief who has danced around your destiny, disguised in whispers, in shadows, in false smiles. Pause. Breathe. Receive. The window is narrowing. Heaven is asking, and Michael is crying. Do you want the name of the thief? Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Hear the voice of heaven calling. Child of destiny. Archangel Michael, the mighty warrior who stands at the gates of blessing, is standing watch over your inheritance in this hour. The heavens are not silent. The angelic armies are not still. The atmosphere is charged with decision, and within hours, yes, within hours, a verdict in the unseen realm will determine whether your blessing falls into your hands or slips into the shadows. You cannot afford delay. You cannot afford distraction. You cannot afford unbelief. This is your summons, and the clock of heaven is ticking. The cry of Archangel Michael is not an empty sound. His tears carry weight, for he has seen what heaven wrote for you, and he has also seen how the thief has been circling, testing, seeking, and waiting for hesitation. Every moment you doubted, every time you delayed, the thief grew bolder. But the angel of the Lord is rising now, and his sword is drawn in the spirit. He is not weeping because your blessing is lost. He is weeping because your response in this moment decides if heaven can release what was written. You must know this truth. Not everyone is hearing this. Many will keep scrolling, blind to eternity, deaf to the angel's cry. But you, yes, you, have been set apart for this divine interruption. This message does not belong to the crowd. It is sealed for the chosen, for the one who has ears to discern. Michael has whispered your name in the throne room of God, and now heaven has whispered your spirit awake to hear what is about to unfold. Do you feel the weight? Do you sense the trembling? Even now, the angelic host is watching your next choice. Heaven is not casual about this moment. The angels stand as witnesses, and they are leaning to see whether you will embrace or reject what is unfolding before you. The tension you feel in your heart, that stirring in your chest, that weight you cannot explain. It is the mark of heaven testifying that this moment is written into your story. You stand on the threshold of inheritance, yet at the edge of loss. The weeping of heaven is the sound of mercy, warning before the closing of the window. This is not about fear, but about urgency. Do not think you have endless time. Do not imagine that delay will cost nothing. Within hours, within days at most, a shift will take place in the unseen realm. Decisions are being weighed, scales are being balanced, and the angels are watching for the sign of your obedience. Beloved, do not dismiss this. You were called here, pulled here, drawn here by the Spirit of the living God. Do not silence the tug within you. Do not ignore the still small voice. For the thief is near, and Michael asks again, will you stand? Will you listen? Will you awaken before the blessing is shifted beyond your grasp? This is the invocation. This is the opening cry. The heavens are alert. The angels are in position, and Archangel Michael is speaking. Will you answer? Type Amen to get blessings 1414 released over you. Beloved soul, lean closer, for what I am about to reveal is not for every ear. There has been movement in the shadows, whispers in hidden places, and footsteps that you did not notice but heaven has tracked. Betrayal has been rising around you, not always in loud, obvious forms, but in silence, in glances, in conversations that were never meant for you to hear. There has been a hand stretched toward what belongs to you, a thief who has been rehearsing in the dark how to touch what was never theirs to claim. And while you slept, while you trusted, while you hoped, heaven watched as someone rehearsed their sabotage. Do you sense it? That subtle unrest that you have carried in your spirit. That suspicion that seemed too faint to speak aloud. That is heaven alerting you. There are those who think they know your story. They have gathered pieces, fragments, and rumors. They think they have figured out your path, but what they do not know is heaven's verdict. They know fragments, but they do not know fulfillment. They know shadows, but they do not know the light that is about to break forth upon you. You have felt eyes upon you, though they never confessed it. You have felt a strange pressure in the air, as though someone was watching and waiting, yet pretending to cheer you on. This is not your imagination. It is the pull of heaven alerting you to the plot of the thief. For the thief comes not only with hands to steal, but with lips to whisper, with schemes to delay, and with manipulations to make you doubt what God already confirmed. And here lies the disruption. Heaven has allowed you to feel the weight of something hidden without giving you all the clarity yet. This is why you feel the unease without the full picture. This is why you wrestle between trust and suspicion. This is why you feel restless even when nothing is visibly wrong. Your spirit knows what your mind has not yet fully seen. Archangel Michael is leaning close, whispering in the silence. Do you want the name of the thief? For when the thief is revealed, the blessing is secured. When the thief is exposed, heaven can move without hindrance. The tension you feel is not punishment, but preparation. Heaven has allowed the discomfort so that you will not become passive. Heaven has stirred your emotions so that you cannot grow complacent. What you feel now is a divine disruption, a spiritual alarm sounding within you, that something is about to be unmasked. So listen. Do not dismiss it. Your spirit is already alert because heaven has placed you in the center of a holy unveiling. You are about to see what others cannot see. You are about to discern what others overlook. You are about to confront the very thing that has lingered in shadows for too long. Heaven will not leave you blind, and Archangel Michael will not remain silent. The tears he weeps are for your awakening, and the urgency in his voice is so you will not miss what is about to be revealed. This is your call to attention. This is your moment to recognize that the thief cannot hide forever. Your unease is proof that heaven is shifting the curtain, preparing to expose, preparing to restore. Stay alert, for the unveiling is near. Type I am anointed if you receive this message. Blessing code 7788 is surrounding you now. And beloved, before I unveil the next revelation, I must speak this with authority. What we are doing here together is not entertainment. It is warfare for souls. Every word spoken, every moment shared, is planting seeds of light into hearts that are tired, broken, and desperate for God's truth. When you support this mission, through a super thanks, through joining as a channel member, or even by sowing through the PayPal link in the description, you are not just giving, you are unlocking harvest for others. You are sowing light into dark places. You are becoming a part of this divine assignment. Hear this as God's voice to you. The measure you pour out shall return to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Your support is a prophetic act. It causes the oil to flow, the fire to spread, and the windows of heaven to remain open over your life. I invite you now. Do not wait, do not delay. Step into this act of faith and watch what heaven does with your seed. As you release, I bless you with overflow, with increase, with restoration. Rise, chosen one, and act now. Beloved, hear me with the ears of the Spirit. What you are facing right now, the whispers, the betrayal, the unseen sabotage, this is not merely personal. This is not simply about people, personalities, or misunderstandings. No, this is bigger. This is warfare against your destiny. The enemy does not fight where there is nothing to gain. The enemy does not invest resources where there is no treasure. The reason you are under attack, the reason the thief is circling, the reason Archangel Michael is standing guard with tears in his eyes, is because the blessing assigned to you is weighty. It carries kingdom impact. It carries generational consequence. It carries eternal significance. Do not reduce this to flesh and blood. Do not imagine this as just jealousy, gossip, or envy. The word declares, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, and spiritual wickedness in high places. You have been chosen, and because you have been chosen, you have been marked. Marked by heaven as an heir, marked by angels as a carrier of promise, and therefore, marked by the adversary as a target. But remember this, what the enemy sees as weakness, heaven sees as preparation. What the thief thinks is an opportunity, God sees as a test. Your reactions in this season are not meaningless. Heaven is watching how you respond. Do you retaliate in anger, or do you rise in stillness? Do you run to complain, or do you retreat to prayer? Every choice you make right now is recorded in the courts of heaven. Divine surveillance is active, and your restraint, your faith, your endurance are being weighed like gold upon the scales. This is not simply about the blessing. It is about the character heaven requires to carry the blessing. Understand this. To be chosen is to be refined. To be set apart is to be tested. And your current conflict is not punishment. It is proof. Proof that heaven has trusted you enough to withstand the pressure. Proof that the fire you walk through is forging the strength to carry what others could not. Proof that the thief only comes where there is treasure worth stealing. So reframe the betrayal. Reframe the whispers. Reframe the schemes. What the enemy meant for evil is being converted into a heavenly examination. Every insult is fuel for your elevation. Every trap is evidence that the enemy sees what heaven already confirmed about you. Do not call it chaos, call it confirmation. Do not call it loss, call it leverage. For the darker the attack, the brighter your crown shines in the unseen realm. And even now, Archangel Michael stands armed, watching, recording, and preparing. His sword is not idle. His presence is not passive. He knows the thief cannot outrun heaven's justice. But the tears he sheds are to awaken you to this truth. You cannot afford to fail this test by fighting the wrong battle. Do not waste your strength swinging at flesh when heaven has called you to stand in spirit. This is spiritual warfare. This is destiny under fire. This is the weight of being chosen. Lift your eyes above the gossip, above the sabotage, above the thief. See this for what it is. Proof of your calling, proof of your inheritance, proof of your place in heaven's story. For heaven has not abandoned you. Heaven has entrusted you. Stand firm, beloved. The conflict is real, but the outcome is sealed. Type I am guarded if you receive this message. Blessing code 2024 now surrounds you. Beloved, the Spirit of God does not speak without reason, and the warning of heaven is sounding with urgency even now. The thief is not idle. The thief is not resting. Plans are already in motion. In the unseen, within the shadows, preparations are being made for another strike. This is not imagination, nor exaggeration. This is prophecy unfolding before your very eyes. Within 72 hours, the shadows will stir. Within 3 days, a move will be attempted. The thief's trembling hand will reach again, hoping to grasp what heaven marked as yours. But hear me clearly. The trembling of the thief is the proof that their confidence is broken. Their courage is shaken. They plan, but they fear. They scheme, but they falter. The thief senses the watchful eye of Archangel Michael, and their movements grow nervous. Still, desperation drives them forward, for the blessing upon your life is too great for them to ignore. They believe if they do not act now, the window will close forever. And they are right. The window is closing, but not for you. It is closing for them. It is closing on their opportunity to steal. The atmosphere in the spirit realm is tense. The angels are watching. The adversary is pacing. Heaven's window is narrowing. Every second matters, for what happens in these next hours will decide if your blessing is secured in peace or contested in battle. This is why the urgency grips you. This is why rest feels uneasy. This is why your spirit is restless though your body longs for calm. Heaven is alerting you. Prepare your posture. Guard your heart. Watch your steps. Someone near you is weighing a confrontation. Someone close is setting a snare. Their words will not sound sharp at first. They may come as concern, as suggestion, as subtle accusation. But behind the veil of their tone lies the strike of the thief. Do not be deceived. The trap will not look like a trap. The thief will not wear the mask of an enemy, but of a friend, a confidant, a familiar face. But their intent is already registered in the records of heaven, and Michael has already marked them. The pressure you feel is real. The breaking point is near. The thief grows anxious, heaven grows watchful, and you, beloved, are caught in the tension of this holy battle. Do not fear this warning, for it does not come to terrify you, but to ready you. Heaven never exposes without also providing protection. Heaven never warns without also preparing victory. This is not the end of your story. It is the moment where your discernment will open the door for breakthrough. So remain steadfast. Do not rush to defend yourself in flesh. Do not waste strength proving your worth to doubters. Do not panic when shadows stir. Remember, the thief's trembling hand cannot move beyond heaven's limit. A trap cannot spring without heaven's notice. Within 72 hours, the attempt may come, but within 72 hours, heaven will also reveal its glory. Archangel Michael cries not because you will be defeated, but because the weight of your decision matters. This is not a time for carelessness. This is not a time for wandering focus. It is a time to stand still, rooted, firm, knowing that the God who called you has already measured the thief's step and sealed your victory. Beloved, be alert. The hour is urgent, but the outcome is secure. Type "I will not fear" if you receive this message. Blessing code 3030 now shields your household. Beloved, hear the command of heaven. Be still. Do not be deceived into thinking that your strength lies in movement, in words, or in retaliation. Your greatest weapon in this hour is silence. Your greatest defense is stillness. For Archangel Michael does not fight alongside your voice of complaint. He fights when you step back, when you withdraw from the noise, when you remove yourself from arguments designed to entangle your spirit. The thief feeds on your reaction, but the angel of the Lord feeds on your faith. The thief grows bold when you are distracted, but heaven's armies grow fierce when you are quiet and resolute. This is why heaven cries for your focus. This is when the Spirit stirs you towards stillness. If you rise to battle in the flesh, you will only strengthen the thief. But if you step into silence, if you lean into prayer, if you allow heaven to fight on your behalf, the thief will stumble, and their own trap will collapse under their feet. Remember the word. The Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. That is not a suggestion. It is a command. It is a strategy. It is divine protection cloaked in simplicity. Withdraw, child of light, from unnecessary conversations. Withdraw from endless debates. Withdraw from the company of doubters whose words only scatter your faith. You are not being called to argue. You are being called to ascend. The battleground is not in the noise of human tongues, but in the silence where heaven speaks. Your stillness is not weakness. It is warfare. Your silence is not surrender. It is strategy. Every time you choose silence, you allow Archangel Michael to strike on your behalf with a sword sharper than any words you could form. Do not mistake this for passivity. Silence does not mean inaction. Silence means you are listening. Silence means you are discerning. Silence means you are waiting for heaven's movement, not rushing into traps set by men. Your silence becomes your shield, and your shield is stronger than any accusation, stronger than any gossip, stronger than any weapon raised against you. Beloved, take this to heart. No thief, no saboteur, no betrayer can snatch what heaven has sealed. Your blessing is not floating, fragile, and unsecured. It is guarded, it is sealed, it is locked within the vault of heaven, and Archangel Michael stands watch. The enemy may try, but he will fail. The thief may reach, but they will return empty. Your inheritance cannot be stolen when you choose the posture of trust. So anchor yourself in protective affirmations. Declare it aloud. My blessing is guarded. My destiny is sealed. My inheritance cannot be stolen. Speak these words not once, but daily, until your spirit aligns fully with the truth. For heaven is not asking you to fight in panic, but to stand in confidence. Heaven is not demanding your strength, but your surrender. Michael is not calling for your sword. He is calling for your faith. Be still, beloved. Be silent. Be watchful. Heaven has assigned its armies, and they are already moving on your behalf. What looks hidden from your eyes is already exposed in theirs. What seems delayed to you is already completed in eternity. Trust this, and you will not falter. Type I am guarded by heaven in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 4141 is now wrapped around you. Beloved, the time has come to shift your gaze. For too long, you have carried the weight of what others thought of you, what others whisper about you, and what others tried to bind around your destiny. But heaven is declaring now, you are no longer who they think you are. You have outgrown their schemes. You have risen beyond their limited imagination. They saw you as fragile, but heaven sees you as fortified. They thought you were vulnerable prey, but you have been transformed into a warrior clothed in light. The battles you have faced were not accidents. The pain you endured was not wasted. Every trial has been a forge, every betrayal a fire, every disappointment a furnace that refined and reshaped you. And while they thought they were wounding you, heaven was building you. While they thought they were slowing you down, God was stretching your wings. You are being hidden in plain sight, transformed in silence, elevated in secret places. And now, beloved, the unveiling begins. You are not the same as before. The version of you they plotted against no longer exists. They crafted schemes for the weaker you, but heaven has resurrected a stronger you. They prepared traps for the timid you, but heaven has revealed the courageous you. They whispered against the insecure you, but heaven now releases the anointed you. And Archangel Michael proclaims it boldly, rise as the warrior you were born to be. This is the breaking of the victim narrative. No longer shall you see yourself as one always under attack, always being stolen from, always at the mercy of the thief. No, beloved, you are not merely surviving. You are rising. You are carrying authority unseen by your enemies. Authority gained through scars. Authority earned through tears. Authority that cannot be questioned because it was forged in fire. Look at yourself now in the Spirit. You are clothed in armor they cannot penetrate. You are wrapped in glory they cannot diminish. You carry a crown they cannot remove. They do not recognize you because the version they betrayed has died, and the version heaven raised cannot be touched. You are a warrior with wings, a chosen one, carrying the fire of heaven in your very words. Rise, beloved. Rise into your identity. Rise into your inheritance. Rise into your authority. The thief thought they knew your capacity, but they were wrong. The enemy measured your past, but heaven has unveiled your future. And your future is brighter, bolder, and greater than any scheme could contain. You are not who they remember. You are who heaven has revealed. So declare it aloud, even now. I am not who they think I am. I am who God says I am. I am chosen. I am elevated. I am unstoppable. Let those words resound not only in your mouth, but in your spirit until every shadow recoils. For your identity has shifted, your season has shifted, and your strength has shifted. You are stepping into a new mantle, and the thief cannot comprehend the authority you now carry. This is the shift. This is the empowerment. And heaven declares, it is your time. Type I am a warrior in the comments if you receive this revelation. Blessing code 5151 is now ignited over your life. Beloved, hear the revelation of heaven, for the mystery of your season is now being unveiled. Do you know why the battle has been so intense? Do you know why the thief has circled with such persistence? Do you know why heaven has allowed delays, tears, and tests to stretch you almost beyond your limit? It is because heaven was proving trust before unlocking your next dimension. Heaven was measuring faith before releasing your full inheritance. What you thought was punishment was in truth preparation. What you thought was abandonment was in fact alignment. The testing of your faith was never meant to destroy you. It was designed to prove you ready for the weight of what is next. This is the word of the Lord. The $1 million blessing is not random, not symbolic, not delayed. It has been prepared, preserved, and sealed until the appointed time. The appointed time is now. This is the season where the vaults of heaven open, where the treasures written in your name are released, and where the promises whispered in the dark begin to manifest in light. Your blessing is not floating in uncertainty. It has already been spoken, already been recorded in the courts of heaven. Your name is inscribed upon it, and no thief, no saboteur, no adversary can erase it. The struggle you endured was not in vain. The sleepless nights, the endless tears, the quiet prayers when no one understood, heaven recorded them all. They were not wasted cries, but deposits in the bank of eternity. And now, beloved, the withdrawal is being made. The heavens are transferring what was hidden into your possession. The millionfold blessing is not just about money. It is about mantle, about mission, about movement. It is about the resources that heaven trusts you to steward, the platforms that heaven assigns you to carry, the voices that heaven will awaken through your obedience. Archangel Michael declares it. This is your unlocking. This is your elevation. The window that was closing is not closing to keep you out. It is closing to keep the thief out. For once the thief is shot away, your blessing flows freely, unchallenged, uncontested. And this word is not for the multitude. It is for the chosen. It is for you, the one whose name has been whispered in heaven's courtroom, the one whose case has already been ruled in favor, the one whose blessing is not delayed, but sealed. Receive this with trembling. Receive this with reverence, for heaven is not speaking lightly. Your inheritance is being released. Your elevation has already been signed. Your destiny has already been confirmed. The angels have already spoken your name, and the Father himself has declared it. You are ready. You are trusted. You are appointed. And what was written cannot be unwritten. This is your revelation. And heaven declares, you are sealed. Type I am unlocked in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 6161 is now flowing over you. And beloved, let me pause here to tell you, this revelation is not only for you, but through you. Every time you stand with this ministry, you are helping heaven's voice reach others who are still trapped in silence, still bound by the thief, still unaware of their blessing. When you give through Super Thanks, when you join as a channel member, or when you sow a seed through the PayPal link in the description, you are not just supporting. You are partnering with the work of God. The word declares, he who sows generously will also reap generously. As you release, you are sowing oil into the lamps of others. You are planting seeds of light that will multiply as a harvest of souls. Your giving is prophetic. It shakes open heavens. It releases rivers of provision. It draws divine justice into your own life. This is yours to step in. Do not hold back, for your obedience will echo into eternity. As you pour out, I bless you now with increase, with restoration, and with acceleration in your destiny. Beloved, you have heard the warning, you have endured the testing, and you have received the revelation. Now comes the most critical moment, activation. For blessings do not manifest in silence without agreement, and destiny does not unfold without alignment. Heaven has prepared, heaven has sealed, heaven has released, but now heaven waits for your yes. The angels are positioned, the windows are open, the courts of heaven have already ruled in your favor. But the authority of activation rests in your agreement. Hear this clearly. Faith is not passive. Faith is action. Faith is declaration. Faith is alignment. If you remain silent now, the enemy will whisper doubt. If you remain hesitant now, the thief will circle again. But if you rise with boldness, if you open your mouth and speak life, if you declare what heaven has already spoken, then your destiny shifts from written to manifested. Your inheritance moves from sealed to seen. This is why the enemy has fought so hard to silence you. This is why the thief has tried to crush your confidence, to burden you with fear, to drown you in discouragement. He knows that your voice is power. He knows that your words are weapons. He knows that the moment you align with heaven's decree, his grip is shattered, his claim is nullified, his schemes are undone. That is why the Spirit calls you now to speak. You not merely listen, declare. Do not merely nod, activate. Rise, beloved, into your assignment. Heaven has not placed this blessing in your hands so you can retreat into comfort. It has not opened this window so you can hide. This inheritance is fuel for your mission. It is provision for your calling. It is empowerment for your destiny. To receive it and remain silent is to betray the very reason heaven trusted you with it. You must rise, not retreat. You must advance, not withdraw. You must activate, not delay. So speak it now. I am chosen. I am anointed. I am aligned. My blessing is secured. My inheritance is released. My destiny is active. Let those words leave your lips as a sound that shakes the heavens, as a vibration that terrifies the thief, as a decree that draws angels to action. You not whisper it, proclaim it. For your proclamation is not empty speech. It is a spiritual command that unlocks the storehouses of heaven. Beloved, destiny requires your partnership. Heaven has already done its part. Archangel Michael has already fought on your behalf. The windows of heaven are already open. But without your voice, without your yes, without your declaration, the flow cannot be sustained. Do not let hesitation rob you. Do not let passivity silence you. Do not let fear paralyze you. Now is the moment. This is the hour. This is the season where your obedience pulls down what was hovering, where your faith drags into the visible what was hidden in the invisible. Lift your head, lift your voice, lift your faith. Activate what heaven has already decreed. For the Father says, I have placed before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life. And today, Your choosing is not just in thought, but in declaration. Speak it, live it, walk it, and watch as destiny bends to the voice of faith. Type "I activate my destiny" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 7171 is now alive within you. Beloved, lean in with your spirit, for what I am about to reveal is not easily seen with natural eyes. There are movements happening in silence right now. Angelic negotiations, divine transactions, heavenly exchanges are unfolding in the realm beyond sight. While you wonder, while you wait, while you pray with words too deep for understanding, heaven is busy. There is a silent exchange taking place. Your stolen blessing is being divinely retrieved. Yes, what the thief tried to snatch, heaven has already seized back. What they whispered in shadows, heaven has already silenced. What they thought they had taken, heaven has reassigned. While you wept, the angels warred. While you slept, the angels recorded. While you wrestled with confusion, heaven was writing restoration into your story. You did not need to know every detail because heaven had already sealed every outcome. Your restlessness in this season was not random. That stirring in your spirit, that unease you could not name, was evidence that the silent exchange was happening. Your soul was sensing what your mind could not yet comprehend, that the courtroom of heaven was in session. Archangel Michael stood as witness, angels testified on your behalf, and the Father issued decrees in your favor. This is why the enemy could not finish his plot. This is why the thief could not close his hand on your blessing. The silent negotiations of heaven overturned his claim before it ever reached completion. Beloved, never mistake silence for absence. Never mistake waiting for weakness. Just because you did not see movement in the natural does not mean heaven was idle. In fact, the most powerful victories are won in silence, in the unseen, in the realm where only angels and principalities contend. You felt the pressure because the exchange was costly. You felt the weight because the negotiation was intense. But now, the shift has taken place, and heaven announces, nothing is lost. Everything has been divinely reassigned. Understand this truth. What was stolen is not merely returned, it is multiplied. The thief is forced to release not only what they touched, but also increase, restitution, and recompense. You are not coming out of this empty-handed. You are coming out with more than what was threatened, more than what was delayed, more than what was taken. For heaven does not restore in fragments, heaven restores in fullness. Even now, as you hear this word, the silent exchange continues. Angels are carrying your name into new rooms. Heaven is transferring resources into your possession. Keys are being reassigned, doors are being reopened, opportunities are being redirected. What you thought was gone forever is already circling back to you, marked by heaven's seal. You do not need to strive for it. You only need to stay aligned, stay still, and stay in faith. For heaven is working where you cannot see, moving where you cannot reach, securing what you cannot touch. Beloved, let your heart rest. The silent exchange has favored you. The courtroom has ruled for you. The blessing is not delayed. It is on its way, guarded, sealed, and unstoppable. Type "Heaven is working for me" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 8181 is now released over your life. Beloved, hear the word of the Lord. The scales of justice are not idle. The hand of heaven is already moving to balance what has been unjust, to overturn what has been corrupted, and to reverse what the thief intended for harm. The word declares, "Shall not the judge of all the earth do right?" And today, that question is not in doubt. The judge has ruled, and his ruling is in your favor. The thief that thought they had escaped with your portion has been summoned back before heaven's court, and the verdict has been issued: restoration and reversal. What was whispered in darkness is now shouted in the light. What was plotted in secrecy is now being exposed publicly. Heaven does not merely recover what was stolen. Heaven executes justice. Every seed of betrayal, every plan of sabotage, every hidden scheme now returns to the sender with multiplied force. For the word declares, "He that digs a pit shall fall into it himself." And beloved, the very snare set against you is now closing around the feet of the one who laid it. The enemy's schemes are crumbling, and his weapons are boomeranging back upon him. Do not imagine justice delayed is justice denied. No, heaven's timing is always perfect. The thief may have celebrated prematurely, but that celebration is short-lived. For the reversal has already begun. Their laughter will turn to confusion. Their pride will turn to shame. Their schemes will turn to dust. And in the same moment, your tears are turning to joy. Your mourning is turning to dancing. Your losses are turning into victories. This is not a slow unfolding. This is a divine acceleration. Beloved, your case has been heard. Your cries have not been ignored. Every injustice you endured became a testimony written before the throne. Every sleepless night was a witness submitted in the heavenly courtroom. Every moment you kept your peace, every tear you sowed in silence, became evidence that heaven weighed. And now, the judge has spoken. Enough. Enough delay. Enough theft. Enough sabotage. Enough false accusation. Heaven has ruled, and the verdict is restoration, recompense, and reversal. So watch closely, for signs will soon manifest. Doors that were slammed shut will open with ease. Finances that were blocked will begin to flow again. Relationships that were twisted will unravel, and truth will stand exposed. The very weapons formed against you are breaking before your eyes, and favor is rushing in to overtake the void left behind. This is justice. This is divine reversal. This is the God who vindicates his chosen. And even as heaven reverses the enemy's schemes, it multiplies your portion. You are not simply returning to balance. You are stepping into overflow. For heaven does not merely repay. Heaven restores double. Instead of your shame, you shall receive a double portion. That is not promise for tomorrow. It is decree for now. The thief has been caught, and the word declares, if the thief be found, he must repay sevenfold. Your inheritance is not diminished, it is expanded. Your blessing is not delayed, it is multiplied. Beloved, rejoice. Justice is not coming, it has already begun. Divine reversal is already unfolding. Lift your head, for the window is closing on the thief, but it is opening wide for you. Type "Justice is mine" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 9191 is now active in your life. Beloved, the heavens have spoken, and the verdict is clear. The window is closing, but it is not closing to shut you out. It is closing to seal your blessing in. It is closing to protect what was released to you, to lock out the thief, and to secure what heaven has written in your name. Do not tremble in fear, but stand firm in faith, for your inheritance has been decided. You are not on trial anymore. The case has been settled, the judgment rendered, and your blessing secured. Archangel Michael, who once wept over hesitation, now lifts his cry in victory. The sword has been drawn, the thief has been named, the schemes have been exposed. Heaven's armies have surrounded you, heaven's courts have ruled for you, and the Father himself has sealed you. You are covered, you are guarded, you are unstoppable. This is not the end of your battle, it is the beginning of your rise. For heaven is not only delivering you, heaven is sending you. You are sealed, seen, and sent. Take a deep breath in this moment. Let the fear lift off your shoulders. Let the doubts dissolve. Let the lies of the thief fall powerless to the ground. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not left behind. You are chosen. You are marked. You are the one heaven trusted with this word, and your obedience has secured your blessing. I release now a prayer of sealing over you. May your heart be covered with clarity. May your spirit be fortified with strength. May your steps be guided by wisdom. May no thief cross your threshold. May no plot take root. May no delay prosper. You are wrapped in divine light, carried by angelic protection, and empowered by heaven's decree. Walk boldly, beloved, for your inheritance has been released, and your future has been unlocked. Rise now. Rise into the fullness of who you are. Rise knowing the window has not closed against you, but for you. Heaven is with you. Archangel Michael has gone before you, and the cry of the angels has shifted from sorrow to triumph. This is your blessing. This is your time. Type "I am sealed" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 1001 now crowns you. Beloved, before we close, I invite you into a sacred act of partnership. What we have shared here is not just words. It is warfare. It is light pushing back darkness. It is truth breaking chains. It is heaven reaching souls. When you give through super thanks, when you join as a member, or when you sow through the PayPal link in the description, you are not donating. You are activating. You are sowing into the river of God's word that flows through this channel, carrying life to thousands who desperately need it. The Lord says, "Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed." As you refresh this mission, heaven will refresh you. As you pour into this work, rivers of blessing will pour back into your own life. Do not hesitate. Move now in faith. Your seed becomes a prophetic act that opens your own heavens. I bless every giver with multiplication, overflow, and acceleration. Your obedience today will echo in eternity. Step in, sow in, and watch God move.